So in this lecture, we'll be seeing about the VLOOKUP and the range name. We already know that the VLOOKUP function allows you to locate the data within a defined table. So this is your defined table, right? So this is your defined table. Within this, it helps you to locate the data, and we call this defined data as nothing but it is often referred as an array. So array is nothing but the range of cells. It may contain a text, a value, or any logical value. So what does this VLOOKUP function does? The VLOOKUP function uh, will search for the value in the leftmost column of the table. So this is your leftmost column of the table. It will be searching for a value in the leftmost column of the table, and it will return the value in the same row as you specify in the column. In this case, I have taken the one more column called ID card. Right, so we'll be selecting the ID card, and we'll be determining what is the who is the name of the student, what is the name of the student, the marks percentage, and the contact number. So in this case, I have taken two sheets. One is your student database, and one is your record. So most of the cases, the database may be available in some other file, or maybe it will be in some other sheet. So in that case, what you have to do is that you have to use only the VLOOKUP function. In this case, we'll be working with the name range also, so where you have to creating the name range for a particular database or the student table. Now, uh, here I have already done the data validation for the ID card number. So when I click the ID card number, the name of the student should come, the contact number should come, and the sports number of sports medal that this student is going to get. Suppose there is a selection process has been going, right, for a particular sports, right, maybe national sports or state level. Maybe there is a selection process is going on. Suppose they are looking for a student who will be getting more than 5 medals or more than 4 medals will be put into the training for the state level sports. So if that is the situation, maybe the student database may be very large. So in that case, what we have to do is that we follow the same part. So I will just work, since the database is available in some other sheet, so you can pull the data in such a way, such a way also, right? So if we say equal to VLOOKUP, and I need to look up the value. So what is the value I'm going to look up is nothing but the ID card number. So I click the cell D4, right, comma, and the table database available in the previous sheet. So I click the student database sheet, and I select all the, in this case you find that here, comma, within single quotes it shows the student database because it is in another sheet. Then I'll be selecting from A3 to E27. So student database A3 column E27, then comma. Then in this case, I require the student name. So in this case, the column number will be column number 1 for ID card, column number 2 for student, column number 3 for marks percentage, column 4 and column 5. So I require the student name. I put it as column 2, then comma, and it will be asking for the approximate match or exact match. Normally we have to select for the exact match. So I select the false by putting the down arrow key, then type tab and close the parenthesis by shift close bracket, and you start enter. Automatically you find that the name of the student comes up. So this is what the pulling of the data from some other sheet. A similar way we can also do it with the help of the name range. So when we talk about the name range will be creating the cell references, where the cell references will not move, it will remain fixed, right? So in this case we'll do a name range. So come to student database. Instead of selecting the entire cell, it is better that we type the name of a particular range. So suppose I drag here from cell A3 to E27, and we will name the data table, right? Suppose here come to the A column. In above that you have the name box. So in that, just click and start typing student underscore data. Student underscore data. So we have given the range name for the lookup table. So we have given the range name for the lookup table. So in this case, the name that you have to give should begin with a letter, not a number. That you have to remember. Then I press enter. Now the student table, the data table that from A3 to E27 has given a name called student table. Now go to record, right? And I require the contact number and sports medal, right? So contact number and sports medal. So go to contact number. Now come to the record sheet. I once again click the function, work with the function equal to vlookup, and we'll be seeing the value called ID card number, right? Comma. The table array. So table array is in the student database. So I go to previous sheet, student database. In this case, you have to type the table. You can type, because we have already created the name range. So I type student underscore data. So automatically it shows you the student data. So this is your table, student database table. So automatically name range shows the student data, comma. The contact number is in 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So it is in fourth column. So I put 4, comma, and the exact match. Then I close the parenthesis and press enter. So it will give you the contact number of Mr. Anvesh. In similar way, we go for the sports medal equal to vlookup. And what is the value we're going to look? We will be selecting the value on the basis of the ID card number. So I'll be selecting the ID card number, which is in D4, and comma, and go to the previous sheet called student database. Since we have given the name range as student underscore data, so I can type student underscore data, comma. So what is a sports medal? So which column index number is a sports medal? We have 1 for ID card, 2 for student, 3 for marks, 4 for contact number, and 5 for sports medal. So I type column index number 5, comma, then exact match, false, close the bracket, and enter. So you find that Anvesh contact number this one, and he has got the 4 medals. If I scroll down for next data checkout, suppose I require for S/28, then it shows name of the student is Mohit, contact number is 222-35836, and sports medals 2. Suppose I need the ID card number. ID card have the number 44. So in this case, the tedious works of repeatedly looking each cell like a telephone directory will get eliminated. It becomes easy for you.